Hey everyone, welcome to Race and Crafts. Today I'm working on a birthday card for my sister. She has a birthday coming up very early in the new month. Sorry about that. I'm still kind of coughing and sick. So what I'm going to do is I have a stamp. It's by INKADINKADO, and it looks like this. I stamped it in black StayzOn ink and colored it with my Bic markers. Her favorite color is orange, so it's going to be an orange card. And then I just rounded the top corners and matted it on an orange mat. And that's all the farther I've gotten. So what I'm using today is I'm going to do a white card base, which I have cut, but I haven't scored yet. And then I'm using papers from the Paper Studio, the classic stack. I'm using this one. It's very pretty. I'm sorry about the different camera angles. I'm trying to find the camera angle that works the best. So I'm just kind of playing around with it. I know the way I usually do it, you guys see my arm and hand a lot. So I'm trying out different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my ATG gun, and I'm going to adhere this orange swirly layer. I don't even know what you would call it, but it's pretty and it's orange, so that's all that matters for her. As long as it's orange, she's generally happy. So I'm just gonna line it up here as even as I can. And then I'm going to stamp. I have a little teeny tiny happy birthday stamp here. I'm going to stamp that in pumpkin StayzOn ink. I gotta find it quick. I forgot to dig it out before I started. There's pumpkin. Another thing that I like about the StayzOn is you store them upside down. So like this would be this way, and they come with little labels that you write the colors on the sides. So it's really easy to find what you're looking for. So here's pumpkin, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up my happy birthday. And because I'm not the greatest stamper, I'm going to practice on a scrap piece of paper a couple times here. There we go. So I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm just going to do it down here in this bottom corner. Oops. There we go. Get all of the writing this time. Alright, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and use foam tape to mount it. Foam tape works. You could use pop dots, whatever. I just happen to have a large quantity of foam tape, so that is what I'm using. And I'm using 2 thicknesses of foam tape, but only one pop dot would probably work since foam tape's a little bit thinner. And I'm just gonna pop a few pieces on there. Let's get that so it's not hanging over the edge. I'll probably use about 5 pieces of foam tape. I usually do the 4 corners in the middle. That way I know it's well supported. I don't know why I do it that way, but I do. If you have a different way to do it, it's cool. I'm open to suggestions. So I've got to get one more piece, and then we'll be ready to mat that, or sorry, adhere that, mount it, whatever you want to call it. I'm also going to use the Martha Stewart 3 butterfly punch to add some extra butterflies on the front. I have it out, and they're going to be in orange as well. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up and put that on. Yeah. The nice thing about this foam tape is it sticks really good, but yet I can pull it up and realign things without totally ripping the paper or screwing up what I'm doing, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of that. It took me forever to use my ATG gun without having to redo it a million times. All I'm going to use on the Martha Stewart punch is this big butterfly right here. I generally don't do the little ones because they're just so tiny and they're so hard to work with. Once in a while I'll do a layered one and use them, but most of the time I don't. And I'm just going to get a few out. Oops, that one's gone. There we go. That gives us several to work with. And all I'm going to do is going to kind of bend it in the middle, and then I'm going to use some zip dry adhesive. You're not zip dry. Alrighty. There's the zip dry. Oops. Okay. And all I'm going to do is put some zip dry on that crease there that I made. You can be kind of generous with it. It dries clear, so. And then I just kind of play with it and get it where I want it. And then I'm going to do the same thing with another one. I think I have a clog in my... Yep, there we go. And this guy I think is going to come in from this direction. Sometimes I will stamp them with a background stamp to put some kind of design on them. And sometimes I just put them on there like that. This guy needs to be fixed a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. So then I'm going to set this aside and work on my inside. And my inside is going to be another layer of the orange and then a white matte so I can write. And I'm going to probably put some of those little orange butterflies on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and line up my paper there, and I'm going to, I usually do the butterflies flat on the inside because usually the front is has got so much dimension on it that for mailing purposes I usually do just flat on the inside. I'm just going to use my Zig 2-way glue pen here And I think I'm going to do 4 of them. So I'm just going to go ahead. Oops. He wants to stick on my table. I'm going to do the 4 corners. And usually I use my tweezers, but I'm not sure exactly where they're at the moment. So I'm just going to stick them on my finger. I try to avoid sticking them on my fingers because I don't like sticky stuff. So, but for the sake of this, I can deal with it. And then if I wanted to, I could probably stamp in the middle here. And I haven't quite decided yet. I might leave it blank. Decisions. There's one. I think I'm going to use this one. If I can get it peeled off. It says, laughter is a gift everyone should open. And I'm going to use the pumpkin ink. And I generally would have stamped this before I adhered it down, but I hadn't exactly intended on using the saying. So let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. Oh, not too bad. And then I'm just going to use the same little happy birthday stamp I used on the front. There we go. So there is our inside. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere it. And put my toad stamp on the back. And it will be good to go. After I fill it out. Oops. Well, not exactly lined up, but sometimes it just happens to be the way it is. And then I'm going to use, excuse me, sorry, my peeled paint, Distress ink from Tim Holtz. I love that. I love the color. And I stamped my Totally Handmade in that because it's cute and it's green and it's a frog. So alright, thanks for stopping by. I hope you come back next time and have a good day.